Hello everyone! And today I'm here to talk about studying! Yay! Pero PS, I'm not really good at academics, but today I specifically want to talk about my friends out there who are studying really hard and working really long hour on their homework and things like that, but aren't getting the right grades or right outcome that you wanted to see from your work. And this is totally relatable right now because I used to study like 10 to 12 hours a day and try really hard, but I wouldn't get perfect, as in all of my classes, and that would really stress me out. So today I just want to talk about some tips and tricks to improve your studying and make sure you get the high grades and the outcome that you really want from your work. I think the first thing, that's the easiest thing to address, is to really think about the ways in which you are spending time studying. All-nighters and studying for like 15 hours a day isn't going to automatically guarantee you a good grade. Like, the amount of time you spend on your studying isn't actually indicative of the grade you get. What matters is how effective your studying is.
Are you guys using study methods like active recall or flashcards, retrieval practice, or spaced practice? Or are you just passively reading through your notes and highlighting in your textbook and skimming through things?
So by actively engaging with the materials and really emphasizing effectiveness of your studying over the amount of the time you spend on it or how pretty everything looks, you can really improve your studying and make sure you have that information in your brain and get that better grade. So I would suggest re-evaluating your study methods and figuring out what times in the day work best for you, and really customize your study routine to match yourself.
Of course, I offer you guys my own study tips and share with you my own study routines, but that doesn't mean my methods and my tricks work for you. So my best advice is to take this advice with a grain of salt and really adapt it into your own lifestyle and the way you learn the best.
So physically remove yourself from work to boost your memory. Have you guys heard of the Zeigarnik effect? It is a concept in psychology which explains that we remember uncompleted or interrupted tasks better than the ones we already completed. The brain prefers some tension, so when we start a task and then interrupted it with a break, this creates a task-specific tension that can improve cognitive function. So the tension we feel of having to continue working later keeps the task top of mind. So the brain is still focused on it and can easily access the information it needs.
So another reason why I see a lot of people is not really getting the grades they want is that they get the bad test anxiety, and I totally relate to that. It can be really stressful to take an important exam or to do an important speech or presentation. I would highly suggest you practice, prepare, and study in the conditions that you have to do it in. For testing, I would highly recommend you study within the test conditions. So don't have any music playing, sit at a desk, and have only the materials that you need out in front of you, and really simulate that testing environment. So when it comes to presentations naman, really practice and rehearse in the place that you are going to present. You don't have to fiddle with a projector or sharing screen or fumbling over your words. So preparing with these conditions in mind can help that test anxiety, and I also find that breathing techniques really help me when I get anxious. I'm not really a meditation gal. Meditation has never worked for me, but something that's really helped me is slowing down my breathing and really making sure that I get deep in and deep breath out. So the fourth problem that I often see people when they're trying to study really hard and get good grade is that give yourself enough time to study. They're trying to do too much in too little time. Our brain needs a lot of time and a lot of repetition with the material in order to store it into your long-term memory. So I would suggest really look at your calendar, look at your planner, or whatever you use to plan out your time, and try to map it out, a study schedule for yourself before the exam date or before the presentation, so that you have enough time to actually put things into your long-term memory. Cramming the night before isn't really going to help you with getting the grades that you want. So make sure you actually have enough time to rehearse the information and really lock it into your long-term memory rather than keeping it floating in your short-term memory.
Good morning!
A second. So you can use this break to your advantage as you take pauses between your deep work sessions. Select activities that are not work-related. Read several pages of a book, do a mini workout, run an errand, tidy up your room, prepare your lunch or snack maybe, or turn on some music that gets you in a good mood. I have learned from many mistakes that I made over the years as a student who believed that studying non-stop was the only way to get good grades. What the heck? Along the way, I picked up many tips for developing study habits that don't require me to feel miserable, stuck, and helpless, but rather more organized, motivated, and confident of success. It is called Study Like a Pro 10 Powerful Tips and Tools to Master Every Study Session. You can learn more about it here. Lagyan din siya sa description box. You can check it out. And I have a bump right here. That's my daughter. Yeah, mother